Mercer.
Yes.
Let's go on the record in the matter of the People State of Michigan versus David Mercer, file 2514229SM. Let's have a clearance, please.
This is Alyssa's fault. It's pretty juicy.
Mariah Silverstein appearing on behalf of Mr. Mercer.
Mr. Mercer, state your name, please, for the record.
David Mercer.
All right. And Ms. Silverstein?
At this time, Mr. Mercer will be entering a plea to a reduced charge of disturbing the peace.
Mr. Mercer, you heard what your attorney stated. Is that your understanding as well?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to proceed to trial, and if you did proceed to trial, the prosecution would be required to prove that you're guilty of each of the charges made against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand further that if you make this plea here today, there's not going to be a trial of any kind. You're going to be telling us that you are in fact guilty of disturbing the peace, and that is how the matter is going to be resolved. There will be no trial. Is that your understanding, and is that your intention?
Yes.
Sir, has anyone tried to frighten you or force you into doing this?
No.
Has anyone made any promises to you that I have not been made aware of or have not been placed on the record here today?
No.
Are you?
Okay, I feel sorry for this guy. We find out he's 77 years old. And he doesn't get it. I mean, I don't know the underlying facts, but you'll see.
Has anyone made any promises to you?
No.
Yes. Are you on probation or parole for any other criminal convictions?
No.
The allegation here indicates that this is an incident that took place on or about April 25th, 2025. Does that sound correct to you?
Yes.
The allegation indicates this incident took place in Allegan Township of Allegan County in the state of Michigan. Does that sound correct to you?
Yes.
The allegation indicates that the individual, you and an individual by the name of Claudia Mercer caused a disturbance of the peace. Is that correct?
Yeah, if that's what you want to call it.
Well, I'm not wanting to call it anything. I'm asking you if you're making a plea that you disturbed the peace. Are you making a plea that you disturbed the peace?
I guess.
Well, there's no guessing, sir. I mean, if you want to go to trial, that's fine. I can set the matter for trial, or I can accept a plea to disturbing the peace, but I can't take guesses.
That's what happened.
Well, you haven't told me what happened, so I'm asking you what happened?
I disturbed the peace.
May I inquire?
Yes, you may.
Mr. Mercer, did you get into a loud argument with Claudia Mercer?
That's what they tell me.
No, that does not count. You are making this plea, sir, not what they told you.
She was nagging me, Judge. What do you want?
That's what I was arrested for.
That doesn't count either. I'm
What
asking
does
you,
count?
are you? Well, what does count is what you tell me that you recall and that you're accepting responsibility for.
What does count? I love what does count. Do I have to get smacky? What's gonna work here?
Were you?
I had an argument with my wife.
Sir, I'm asking, just let me ask you, did you have an altercation with an?
Of course. What he did is he got married.
Love, exciting and new.
Individual by the name of Claudia Mercer that disturbed the peace?
Yes.
And what was it about that altercation that was?
Disturbed my peace anyway. She's probably telling him to take the trash out, is my guess. In all seriousness, that's my number one guess.
A disturbance of the peace.
It was an argument.
Was it loud?
I guess that's what they tell me.
Judge, I'm 77. I'm basically deaf. Yeah, it probably was.
At some point, did someone call law enforcement?
Yes,
And why did someone call law enforcement?
because they stuck their nose in where it didn't belong.
So you're saying to me that a member of the public heard the altercation and was concerned enough to call law enforcement?
It was not the public, it was a private individual in my home.
Okay, but there was another individual that was
Yes.
not involved.
He
Okay,
lives there.
well, but guess
Oh God! The first thing I think, and I don't know if this is correct. I'm guessing, and they don't say. I'm guessing it's like his son. I don't know what other guy would be living there. I get it. He's having again. It depends on the facts. If he was doing something really scary, and we never find out. If he was doing something really scary, okay, great. But if he's bickering with his wife and he's 77 years old, let it go.
guess what? That person that also lives there is also a member of the public. And the disturbance between yourself and Claudia
That is the most dangerous phrase in the English language. Whoa, that sent so many people down the wrong path.
Mercer constituted a disturbance of the peace. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes,
All right. Are you satisfied with the plea, Ms. Silverstein?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Oh yeah, that plea was awesome, Judge.
You provided me with the basis to accept the plea. I will do so. Ms. Silverstein?
We ask for fines and costs only in this matter. It's my understanding Mr. Mercer is 77 years old. He has not engaged in any further criminal behavior. He understands that if things escalate, he needs to remove himself and calm down. We're asking for fines and costs only.
Doesn't sound like he's taking responsibility for his
Yeah.
actions. It sounds like he's blaming other people that he's in trouble.
where do you come off with that?
Well, where I come off with that is your statement saying that the reason that the police were called is someone.
Griff isn't having this crap. He is not having it. Again, I laugh. If it was really serious, it's not funny. I don't know. My guess is it was moderate fighting, but I could be wrong. I mean, if he's pulling a knife or something, okay, no, absolutely, bring in the SWAT team. But I just don't think that. I really don't.
Stuck their nose in where they shouldn't have been. And it is the public's duty and private citizens' duty to contact law enforcement if they are concerned about an altercation and believe someone could or would be getting hurt. So yeah, that's why I come off with that impression.
In
Sounds
my
like
home.
it sounds like in your house, exactly. Sounds like you think when you're in your house, you get to do what you want, regardless of the safety of other people. And that's not true.
Where do you figure that the safety of somebody else was involved?
That I hate to say it, but that was a good comeback. That was a good comeback from the defendant. I get where the judge is coming from. I don't think he's less, but he's like, whoa, you've just jumped. We've got a disturbing the police, and now you've taken this up to there's a safety issue. There may or may not have been, but I actually was thinking the same thing that he said.
Well, let me ask you, is Claudia Mercer a person?
Yes, she's my
Yeah.
wife.
Well, just because she's your wife doesn't mean you get to cause her harm or put her in fear.
I didn't do that. I argued with her.
In a manner sufficient for someone to be concerned enough to call law enforcement. Yes, exactly. I'm going to place him on probation.
Well, like I said, before we get too far with this, I just imagine a scenario that isn't that bad. I could be wrong. It all depends on the details, which we don't get. It all depends on the details. If he's beating her, obviously. But if he's beating her, then he's not being charged with that. He's being charged with DV. If there's a knife involved, it's aggravated. He's getting charged with it. So I'm basing it on the charge. I could be wrong, but I'm basing it on the charge that this is them yelling at each other.
For a period of 6 months.
Grandpa's on probation now. Grandpa's got to check in with his PO.
Was drinking involved?
I don't believe so.
Not even drunk. That's another thing too. Before everyone jumps all over him, I mean, this guy could have sundowners or whatever. I mean, he's getting older. I spoke to my father today on the phone. He's 80 years old. He's sharp as a tack. But I will say in that age bracket, 77 on up, you run the gamut from completely sharp with it and doing everything to just out there.
Is there a no contact order?
My understanding, it's been changed to non-assaultive contact.
That's what I think, Stu. One too many Ovaltines.
All right, I'm going to place you on probation for a period of 6 months. There's a $180 oversight fee associated with that. The purpose of probation is to provide you with counseling, anger management, and/or batterers counseling to enable you to learn to deal with anger impulses and flashpoints and to be able to engage with individuals with whom you have a domestic relationship in a constructive and civil manner. The non-assaultive contact with
we got to straighten this guy out. We cannot have him going into his 80s with this attitude. Seriously.
the victim in this case will be continued. Fines are going to be $300. State costs $50, court costs $200. Crime victim right fee is $75. And that one coupled with the probation oversight will be $805 over the period of probation.
And I believe Mr. Mercer's at the courthouse.
What's that?
Mr. Mercer, are you calling from the courthouse?
I'm right here in the courthouse, yes.
Oh, okay, so he
All
can
right,
go to
we're gonna
the
our bailiff will come and just escort you down to introduce you to the probation department. Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, again, it would really get down to the facts. And if I heard all the facts, and the judge may know more from prior hearings and who arrested them and reports and all that kind of stuff. But if it's literally just yelling at each other, I think we've gone way over the line, handing out probation to Grandpa here. But it could be more than that, and I don't have that information.
All right.
Doesn't have that information.
This is in regard to the matter of People's State of Michigan versus Fidel Morales Valdivo, and it's file 243369FD. Let's have appearances, please, starting with the prosecuting attorney.
Jonathan Blair, Allegheny County Assistant Prosecutor.
Mr. Tobin.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sean Tobin on behalf of Plaintiff Fidel Morales Valdivio.
And we have Mr. Morales Valdivio in the courtroom as well. Mr. Tobin, why are you not in front of me here today?
Yes, my apologies, Your Honor. I had a family emergency. I can get into some of the details if the court would like, but it's something that I unfortunately could not pass on the responsibility to anyone else. On top of that, I
So you
did send
decided
in.
not to come?
I reached out to
And
the
you
court.
decided not to reach out to the court to let us know you're not coming?
I thought I had my staff
And
and
instead,
myself.
what you did is submit and provide to me a stipulated order that you have told your client that you're going to withdraw, and he obviously he's not an attorney. He's thinking, oh, well, I have to do this. I don't have an attorney now, and he's not telling me this. This is just my supposition. But sir, you are his attorney until I say you are no longer his attorney. You know that.
Yes, correct. Yes, Your Honor.
Well, what? Help me here, Mr. Tobin. You haven't
Yes.
appeared in court for several of these now. And when I say haven't appeared in court for several of these, I'm not talking about being physically here. I never require people to be here physically. They can appear just as you are today by Zoom for almost everything I do. However, I have had several probable cause conferences that we've had to adjourn because you haven't been here.
My apologies, Your Honor. It's my understanding that the latest one I was not at. I was not given the notice, which is not anyone's fault but my own, obviously, and my staff.
Plus, there was a sale on Labubus.
But I was present for previous probable cause conferences, as well as I believe a prelim where I spoke with the prosecutor about the case and a potential plea and reducing the charges.
I don't know. It's looking pretty dim here to me because I've not, I get it. You've had several circumstances where.
Counsel, you've been in front of this judge. He just handed out probation to Grandpa, and this is all you're bringing to court.
You've got adjournments or rescheduling something so you can continue to discuss it. But then what do we have? We have your client sitting in my waiting room, not knowing that he was excused because you had made an agreement and apparently didn't communicate it to him. I don't know, but. Now, last time we waited and waited and waited and waited, tried to call your law firm, nothing. And then finally, I just excused your client and said that he could attend the next one by Zoom, but you were required to be here in person. And that is how the notice went out. And if you had a problem with that notice, you know better than to just not show up. Why should I not be holding you in contempt?
Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. I don't want to make any excuses. The only explanation, and I know it sounds like an excuse, is that it was not provided to me. And my sincerest apologies. Personal stuff doesn't supplant the rights of clients in the court, and I definitely respect the court and my client's rights. So
okay, I need a clarification here, Mr. Tobin, because a few minutes ago you said you had issues there, you had personal issues that you couldn't come down, but now you're saying you didn't know about it. So which is it?
Okay, my second time through here. This judge is a little jacked up. He really is. He's not the worst. But he's a little uptight. There's no other way to spin this.
Because the notice specifically indicated you were to be here in person.
Okay, that was not explained to me. And again, I know that sounds like an excuse. That's something I have to work with my staff about these things being presented to me. It was my understanding it was Zoom, and the last one I did not become aware of. That is no one's fault but our own. So I take full responsibility for that. I won't even throw staff under the bus. It's my apologies.
Oh, you already did.
Well, that is my explanation. That is my explanation, Your Honor. Well, then I'll just rescind that and say there's no explanation that is justifiable, and it's my sincerest apologies.
You are responsible for the pleadings and materials that come into the court. All right. So.
All right. Also, but in defense of the judge, I've been here, not this, but I've specifically, I tried to withdraw. Like, it's civil court is so much different than criminal court. And on 2 occasions, I was just prior to trial, and the client's basically like, I hate you. I'm not going to listen to you, blah, blah, go die or whatever. And we've got this complicated trial, and I filed a motion with withdraw, and I know they won't let you out. In civil court, they won't let you out not close to trial. 6 months before trial, sure. But near trial, no way. They're like, hell no. I can see your client's a lunatic. I'm not dealing with them. It's going to be really hard for anyone else to figure out what's going on. This is complicated stuff. You're in. Try it by yourself. I don't care. Have a fist fight with the counsel table. I don't care. We're going to trial.
Mr. Blair, what are the conversations you've been having with this? I don't know about this. I got to tell you, Mr. Tobin, I don't think I've ever had a circumstance where someone just blatantly just didn't show up on my order. Not like this.
That is not
I've had.
Yeah.
Let me take that back. It happens a fair degree of regularity that people will not appear for court, but they're usually the defendants. It's not the attorneys that don't show up.
I don't make it a practice myself, Your Honor. My apologies.
Well, I would hope not. Mr. Blair, do you have anything to say?
And then we get the rest of the story too. It wouldn't happen if you come in once. Judges tend to be pretty accommodating, and I think this one would be as well. But there's a history. So this guy's been doing this stuff multiple times in the case, and the judge is tired of it. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. It's not so outrageous in and of itself.
Mr. Morales Valdito's attorney, Mr. Tobin, at this point in time, you guys want to have a conference on this? And Mr. Tobin, have you even communicated with your client as to what the status of this case is? Because if not, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with him right now. And if indeed your client comes back out and is demanding a new attorney, I guess I'm not going to have an issue with that. But if you're able to resolve this matter, I'm going to be giving you that opportunity. But this is absolutely unconscionable behavior, in my opinion.
Understood. I agree.
Yeah, there's no way that client will do anything you want him to do now. He just got undressed in front of his client. His client is not on the screen, but can view this. So now he's screwed. I mean, he's so triple screwed. Because what he wants is out. And now the client's going, oh, no. Just to rake him over the coals. Oh, this is ugly.
All right. I'm going to, Mr. Morales Valdivo, I'm going to let your attorney speak with Mr. Blair for a moment. And then I'm going to put you in a breakout room with him. All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Mr. Tobin, it looks like we are offering an OWI third on this.
Wait, no. I'm still, you're still in my courtroom.
That was the end of it right there. I thought those were just too fun. I've actually seen that judge before. He's not bad, but those two, I don't think he was over the top in either one, but he was just a shade grumpy on both. Nothing too crazy. But that was fun. Yeah. Thank you, Alyssa. She sent those to me. I had them. And then I had myself some nice exercise, and I was feeling it. And I'm being a good boy, staying in. So I thought, why not? Let's do it. All right. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. It's late. I'm not bailing you out. Just go to bed.